Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Miss Kim Ulmer, Regional President for Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Nunavut, and Western Ontario RBC, representing our longtime IDEA Platinum partner, RBC.
Well, good evening. I suspect you're clapping for the supper that you just had, which was amazing, so thank you for that. It was an amazing supper. Premier Stephenson, Anthony, honored guests, good evening. It is such a delight to be back with you again this year at the IDEA dinner, and I'm truly grateful to the associates for being the catalyst for bringing us all together on such a special evening once again this year. Together with my colleagues, we look forward to this event every year, year after year, because we see the collective energy, we see the inspiration, and we see the best of Manitoba and what innovation can continue to do. It's an evening where we share stories and where we create and recreate amazing connections that we have for each other. This evening is the celebration of the associates who bring together all of us in a community and a sense of a community, and it's a wonderful opportunity for us to celebrate icons of business who continue to inspire us, who continue to challenge us, and the ideas that continue to elevate our community. And this year's recipient of the 2023 International Distinguished Entrepreneur Award is indeed an icon. And I can say that full out after having had spent the evening with him last night. Anthony not only defines the genre of what beverage branding is, he defies it on a global stage. He's reimagined it time and time again, and he is a true disruptor, and we all can really, really learn from him. It is stories like Anthony's who show us what it means to challenge the mainstream, to learn from entrepreneurial agility, and what it means to truly thrive and prosper. Thank you, Anthony, for joining us here this evening and for sharing your stories, and there are many, and both you as a leader and as a pioneer in the industry. And while Anthony is an icon and his brands are iconic, Mission Hill, Mike's Hard Lemonade, White Claw, to me, that sounds like summer in Manitoba and a reason to celebrate. Anthony is a very special friend of RBC's, and in addition to my many colleagues who are here with me this evening throughout this room, and over 90,000 colleagues across the globe who stand with me tonight in celebration of Anthony's work. I also brought one additional colleague with me this evening to help say a few words, and that is RBC President and CEO, Dave McKay.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to say a few words about this year's IDEA recipient, Anthony von Mandl. When people say the world needs more Canada, they're envisioning the accomplishments of entrepreneurs and innovators like Anthony. And you could define him as a winemaking pioneer, a visionary beverage brand creator, or a generous philanthropist. But I see him, above all, as an extraordinary Canadian changemaker who exemplifies our country at its very best. At a time when Canada needs to think bigger and turn our great ideas into growth and innovation across our economy, I believe Anthony's story can help inspire our nation. He serves as a powerful reminder for our business leaders, our entrepreneurs, and our next generation innovators that they can have the ambition to be the best in the world at what they do. One of my greatest hopes for Canadian business and our country's entrepreneurship culture is that we can cultivate more leaders like him. Across the places he's put onto the map, like the Okanagan Valley in BC, or the many iconic brands he's created, Anthony is a true builder. Canadian entrepreneurs have always had big ideas and ambitions, but rarely do we see them scale beyond our borders in the way that Anthony has done with White Claw, Mike's Hard Lemonade, or his world-class Mission Hill Family Estates wines. I'm reminded of a speech he gave a few years back to thousands of beer wholesalers, where he said that his vision for White Claw was to build an iconic global brand, just as Starbucks did. This type of bold and ambitious thinking is what explains the amazing global success he's had. And in addition to his commitment to creating the highest quality of products, He has an uncanny ability to anticipate generational shifts in taste and customer preferences. Across each of his iconic and disruptive businesses, Anthony has demonstrated that he knows what people want before many of them even know what they want. He's able to do that because he understands that the customer is a disruptor, and he creates products and brand experiences that put those customers at the center of everything. On a personal note, I've had the privilege of knowing Anthony for many years now. He's both a valued RBC client, an inspiring Canadian entrepreneur, as a trusted friend, and as a customer of Checkmate Winery. Very happy customer. He's a kind and humble leader that is extremely generous with his time. I've admired and learned so much from Anthony over the years. As an exceptional entrepreneur, he's been a bold risk taker his entire career. He sets exacting standards for the customer, and is obsessive in detail, the same way Steve Jobs was. His vision for the customer drove him to be first in category setting trends, and he brings it all together as a consummate storyteller for the brand. Can't think of anyone more deserving than Anthony to receive this incredible recognition. We need more of his aspirational, industry-changing thinking across all sectors of the economy. It's how we'll continue to elevate Brand Canada in the years ahead and put more places like the Okanagan Valley on the map. I, alongside thousands of RBCers, want to congratulate Anthony for all his accomplishments to date and for the many he'll continue to have in the future.
Ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished guests, please welcome back your Master of Ceremonies, Manny Atwal.
It's great. Thank you, David, for providing insight into Anthony's brilliance and achievements. Great honor to have David here virtually through us for this evening. I also want to thank Kim for ensuring RBC's continued support to IDEA and for all the work that RBC does in advancing business education. It's truly appreciated. I know on behalf of the associates and the Asper School, thank RBC for everything you've done for us and for the school and the students. It truly is visionary and supportive, and it's outstanding, and it's really appreciated. So real quick, I just want to take a second to plug the auction. Make sure you can get onto your app, take a look at the bids. It's an incredible event and prize. Paul and Ash will tell you more about it later, but it's all about having a great experience. And since we're on the theme of experiential learning, if you need to help my experiential learning, I will gladly go with you to Kelowna and be partaking in that event as well. So now it's time for the key part of the evening here, presentation of the 2023 IDEA Medallion. Presenting the award this evening is going to be the President of the University of Manitoba, Dr. Michael Benarosh. Michael's contributions and career have left lasting marks on post-secondary education in our communities, thanks to his contributions to the University of Winnipeg, Toronto Metropolitan University, and of course, the University of Manitoba, where he was also once Dean of the I.H. Asper School of Business. Michael became President of the University of Manitoba in early 2020 and has been at the helm ever since. With Michael's vision and leadership, the university continues to strengthen and grow in impact. I am pleased to introduce the 12th President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Manitoba, Dr. Michael Benarosh.
Please welcome to the stage President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Manitoba, Dr. Michael Benarosh.
Thank you so much, Manny, and good evening, everybody. This is always my favorite event of the year, and it's a real honor to be here today at this great event and to have a privilege to present the award this evening to Anthony von Mandl. But just before I do that, a couple of things. I'm going a bit off script. I want to thank a couple of people who really, without them, this event can't take place, and that's Arnie Thorstensen and Anna Maria Topazzini. Their dedication to our school and to making this the event that it is outstanding. One more little story. So this is the 40th year of the IDEA Award. I just want to tell you where my wife and I were 40 years ago, because I asked her, where were we 40 years ago? And we were backpacking through Europe at the time. So when the first award was being given out, there's a connection here. And we ended up in Israel, and we ended up on a kibbutz. And at that kibbutz, the job we were given for a couple months was to prune the grapevines. And so I told Anthony this last night, and he said to me, well, if you're ever looking for a job, we're always looking for pruners. Anthony's story begins really at his childhood dinner table, where he listened to his father talk about wine and how it paired with food, and sometimes he'd get to try a sip. Fast forward to 2023, and we find Anthony at a Parisian gala about to be awarded the National Order of the Legion of Honor, France's highest order of merit. So how does he get from the family dinner table to being an internationally celebrated entrepreneur, winemaker, and philanthropist? What I've learned over the last couple of days is he followed his big ideas, his dreams, and he was not deterred. At 22, fresh out of university, living in British Columbia, broke, and among friends debating what they should do with their lives, Anthony had the bold idea to open a wine agency. As we heard, he found a 100-square-foot office tucked behind Vancouver's Queen Elizabeth Theatre, and he set up shop. He began importing wine, lots of wine. Indeed, he has imported no fewer than 30 million bottles of French wine. And in the early days, he often sold them from the trunk of his car. So he did this for a bit, but then he had an even bigger idea. Actually, we learned this morning that he had a big setback, and he had to regroup, and he did. And in 1981, he bought a near-bankrupt winery near Kelowna. It had great potential, sitting on a hill overlooking Okanagan Lake. Anthony saw something special in it, and here he created Mission Hill Family Estate, Canada's first destination winery. In fact, it's said to be so beautiful and special, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge visited it during their Commonwealth tour in 2016. It took years of perseverance, as it usually does, hard work, vision, and innovation to shape Mission Hills into its current glory. So much, though, that Anthony has admitted that buying a winery in Napa would have been a better business decision. But he's a patriot. He loves Canada. And, he's he would have been in Napa one amongst 1,000. But where's the entrepreneurial fun in that? Instead of taking the obvious path, he had the spirit to create something great and daring in his home province. Now, through his company, Mark Anthony Wine and Spirits, he is leading figure in Canada's alcohol importing and distribution sector, creating beautiful wines and drinks. He's always been at the cutting edge of the industry, driving change. In short, he is a visionary, something this university reveres. Today, he runs 6 wineries: Mission Hill, Checkmate, Cedar Creek, Martins Lane, Road 13, and Liquidity. Mission Hill, where it all began, is now one of the world's top 10 wineries, producing a world-class and award-winning wines. Never estimate what can come from following your big idea. As president of the University of Manitoba, I want Anthony's story and the story of all the great idea recipients to further inspire our faculty, our staff, and our students, and in fact our province, to view the world through entrepreneurial eyes, to see where they can create something new, where they can transform a community. We are doing this and more at the University of Manitoba. A little known fact, over the past 3 years, of 239 companies that have passed through North Forge, Winnipeg's incubator, 102 have had one or more U of M alum, student, or researcher as part of that business. Meeting needs is what we believe University of Manitoba does, and we do it best when we do it in partnership, powered by big ideas. Our connections with industry, business, alumni, government, and community fuel our entrepreneurial thinking. As president of the University of Manitoba, I know I speak on behalf of our whole community when I want to thank all of you for your support and for staying connected with us. It shows that when government and donors support us, together we can transform not only industries, disciplines, but our entire province. As the guest of honor here once said, our universities, our institutions, and business schools are critically important, and we simply are not working closely enough together and using them well enough at all. I think he said that before he knew about the associates, because this is exactly what the associates have done. They have supported our school and our business school in the way it needs to prosper. Since 1984, the Associates of the Asper School of Business have presented the International Distinguished Entrepreneur Award to honor leaders who have achieved outstanding entrepreneurial and business success and who have made an exemplary contribution to global economic life. Those who have received this award include some of the greatest minds in business. We are honored to have Mr. Anthony Von Mandel join this eminent list. He has previously been recognized as an Officer of the Order of Canada, a recipient of the Order of British Columbia. He's been inducted into both the Canadian Agricultural Hall of Fame and the American Marketing Hall of Fame. He holds 5 honorary doctorate degrees. I only have 1 doctorate, like he's got 5. And is chair of the Von Mandel Family Foundation that supports the arts, health initiatives, environmental conservation, and vulnerable communities in Canada and the United States. He is also a true believer in post-secondary institutions' role to shape people, culture, and the economy. And so naturally, I praise him for this. And praising him this evening is also Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who sent us this letter to be read tonight. And it reads, "Dear Mr. Von Mandel, I am pleased to extend my warmest greetings and congratulations to you as you are presented with the University of Manitoba's 2023 International Distinguished Entrepreneur Award. This prestigious award pays tribute to some of the most distinguished entrepreneurs of our time. Your outstanding business achievements, fueled by a strong work ethic and a passion to succeed, make you most deserving of this special recognition and will no doubt inspire a new generation of young entrepreneurs. I join everyone in attendance in commending you on your many accomplishments. Please accept my best wishes for a memorable evening. Sincerely, the Right Honorable Justin P.J. Trudeau."
Ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished guests, your IDEA 2023 recipient, Mr. Anthony Von Mandel.
Thank you, Michael. Oh my God, how amazing.
I'll just read what the plaque says. The University of Manitoba has conferred upon Anthony Von Mandel the International Distinguished Entrepreneur Award in recognition of his revolutionary impact on Canada's beverage industry, global success with numerous entrepreneurial endeavors, and outstanding commitment to the betterment of his local and international communities, given at Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, this 4th day of May 2023. I would like to now present you with the IDEA Award itself, a pure gold medal exclusively produced and certified by the Canadian Royal Mint. The medal is considered to be one of the most treasured metal coins in the world, with only 40 created thus far, and yours is the 40.
I'm so deeply touched. Thank you. Thank you. What?
and a copy of the letter from the Prime Minister.
Thank you.
Everyone, the IDEA 2023 recipient, Anthony Von Mandel.
Thank you very much. Is my script?
Congratulations, Anthony. Thank you so much for your words, your presentation. I come from an aerospace background where we thought we built buildings very quickly at Standard Aero and got them up and running, but that's nothing compared to what you were doing. It's absolutely incredible. I know you've inspired all of us here with your discussion today, and really hope, and I think you have felt a warm Manitoba welcome, and your engagement with the school was absolutely stellar, and we really, really appreciate what you've done for us and our school, and it goes to the nature of why exactly you were chosen as the IDEA recipient, so thank you very, very much. And Anthony's generosity doesn't stop with his time and energy that he gave us here. He's actually donated a VIP auction package, a truly exclusive, unique Okanagan experience. Generously donated by Anthony, and all the funds that are going to be raised are going to be support experiential learning for students at the Asper School of Business, so an incredible opportunity for students to learn and develop.
This has been a truly transformational experience. The amount that I've learned through case competitions has been absolutely incredible, and it would be a huge benefit to any student. I've been involved in a number of international case competitions, and recently my team actually brought home Asper's first international win at a major business competition.
I think it's hard to put the value of experiential learning into words. It's just meant so much to me. It's involved, meeting people outside of the classroom, making connections with the business community, and putting what I've been learning into action and actually seeing all of the theory in the real world. And there's so much learning beyond the classroom too.
I've got the opportunity to participate in many different ways here, including in the Arnie Thornsteinson Student Exchange Program, as well as an international case competition to Thailand. These experiences have given me many opportunities to meet a bunch of amazing people and apply what I've learned in the classrooms to real-world situations.
I've had the privilege of participating in 3 co-op work terms. And really what the whole experience has meant to me was it provided me with opportunities, connections, and supports I would have not otherwise have had. The co-op program really was a community for me to learn more about myself as a professional and as an individual.
I'm the founder of the Student Managed Investment Fund, which is an experiential learning opportunity that allows students to manage a real portfolio of investments. It allows students to apply what we're learning in the classroom to real companies while receiving guidance from finance professionals. So it really allows us to practice relevant skills that we'll need for the workforce, all the while receiving mentorship and growing our network as we enter our careers.
I would like to say a huge thank you to Anthony Von Mandel, the associates, and all the IDEA attendees for continuing to provide opportunities and supports to Asper students so that we can lower the boundaries to entry and really cultivate a vibrant and diverse business community.
Your support makes this opportunity available to so many more students and will really change their world.
It's going to really make things more accessible, and I think that's the key going into next year and something that I hope we all can focus more on.
I know for myself, I wouldn't have been able to pursue nearly as many of these opportunities if it weren't for this support, so I'm very grateful for that.
I'd like to thank the associates and Arnie Thornsteinson for his support of this initiative, Anthony Von Mandel for his generous donation of the IDEA auction prize, as well as all those in attendance tonight for their continued support and investment in our education.
All right, everybody, as you heard from the students here, the importance of experiential learning is so critical for the school, for their development, and it really sets the Asper School apart and makes it one of the top business schools in Canada or even the world in terms of the experience these students will get. So it's really important that we're able to provide that for the students. It makes them ready for the workforce, it makes them ready for all your companies. I want to thank Paul and Ash for commenting on, providing more details on the trip. An incredible experience. Not just a trip, it's an experience that's very difficult to get anywhere else. And I do believe that the engines on those helicopters are maintained by our friends over at Table 10 at Standard Aero. So they're very safe on those helicopters, not to worry. So a great evening here. I told you it'd be a little bit different than some of the other evenings before. So on behalf of the associates, I trust you've really been inspired by Anthony. I know I certainly have, and I know others I've talked to really have. I really hope you enjoyed a delicious meal catered with the drinks from Mission Hill Wines and Spirits, and also enjoyed the extraordinary C-suite networking that you only get here at the IDEA dinner. I want to express my warmest thanks for all of you participating in tonight's celebration. Special thank you to many of you who traveled to be here for this evening. Tonight, you're helping ensure the next generation of Manitoba business leaders has access to excellent education right here in Manitoba. You'll soon see from the schooling credits, IDEA has become quite a production and engages a great team who so passionately make this a memorable and impactful event. What we all share is our dedication to our community and especially the Asper School of Business. Thank you to our 34 generous partners for making this evening possible, the associates, young associates who've come together to support the school, and the IDEA committee led by Arnie, and those whose time and efforts ensure that this event's success every year. Also want to thank the Evan Miles Quartet for their melodic music, Laura Secord-Haid and Michael Oiki for their beautiful performance. The University of Manitoba's President's Office, External Relations Office, and Marketing Communications Office have been integral in their support for tonight's event. In particular, thank you goes out to the Dean's Office of the Asper School of Business, led by Dean Sylvester, and Rhiannon Lair-Blanchet, and the Commerce Student Association. Thank you to the production team, led by Andrew Smith and Jonathan Edwards, Technical Productions, the Mark Anthony Group of Companies, in particular, Brinder Saul, who's outstanding working with us in Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries, and in particular, working with Liquor and Lotteries, Christine Jordan. The RBC Convention Center, professional team led by David Chisda and Susan Lair, Matt Semertek, and his team at Volvo for their special concierge services for our guests, and our very own University of Manitoba Business School Foundation team led by Anna Maria Topazzini, supported by Erica Forbes, Pierce Dixon, and Asper students, Mega Jarrell and Matthew Saranchuk. You'll all see a complete list in the scrolling credits. And of course, Anthony, thank you so much and for your participation today and accepting the IDEA Award. I can really see and appreciate greatly that you care about our community, and I think everybody here that spent any time with Anthony would certainly get that from him as well. I really hope you enjoyed your time in Winnipeg. The evening's not quite over just yet. I'll stop talking, get off the stage, but the bars are going to be open. Barefaced Whiskey and White Claw Seltzers are going to remain open until 10:30 to be enjoyed responsibly. Thank you for all attending. It's been really my pleasure to be your host. Really looking forward to gathering again next year, and hold your calendars, May 30th, 2024. Otherwise, have a great evening, drive safely, drink responsibly, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you so much.